Good afternoon. Tributes are pouring in for veteran broadcast journalist Karima Brown, who passed away this morning from COVID-19 related complications. Brown held a number of senior media positions. She hosted several television and radio shows. Most recently, she hosted the program The Fix on 24-hour news channel ENCA. She was admitted to hospital about 2 weeks ago after contracting the coronavirus. Brown will be laid to rest this afternoon at West Park Cemetery in Johannesburg in a private burial ceremony in accordance with Islamic rites and traditions. Let's get some more on the line about Karima Brown. I'm joined on the line by Zubeida Jaffer, who's a journalist and academic. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News this afternoon. It said that you met Brown in the 80s when she was an anti-apartheid activist in the Cape Youth Congress. Tell us more.
Karima, this is really a big loss for South African journalism. She has been taken away at the prime of her life. And I remember as a young student at UWC and from Mitchell's Plain and completely dedicated to, the cause for justice.
You are credited alongside with Rihanna Rousseau as being one of the journalists who influenced Brown to show the power of media in fighting against this injustice. Just tell us more about her journey.
She was a very feisty individual. She didn't hesitate to get involved at all.
Ms. Jaffer, I'm just checking that you are able to still hear us.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. Please continue.
She was, at the forefront and involved in many of the protests and actions at the time.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, she built up a name as, in part, working at the SABC, working at SAFM, working on the television as well, before moving on to companies like ENCA, and is credited with things like on SAFM having a dedicated HIV and AIDS slot, which made people aware of what was taking place at the time. Tell us more about the work that she did and perhaps where she blazed trails.
Karima was unusual. She particularly shaped the After Eight debate way back at the time of change. She was the behind-the-scenes brain that supported John Perlman. And I'm particularly proud of her for that because that is not sort of a known fact. Many of the other things later on that she became involved in has been, well documented. But her credit must go to her for the fabulous work she did with John Perlman and Tim Modise way back in the 90s, after 94. And she is often not been, acknowledged for that. Mm. But her whole career has been, stupendous. She's just gone from strength to strength, and it's just unbelievable that we've had to lose us at the prime of her life.
Zubeida Jaffer, thanks so much for your time on SABC News this afternoon, looking back at the life and career of Karima Brown.